Right, that's it. Job done.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This week puts us about 3 weeks out from the London Marathon, and so it means we're doing our longest training run before we taper and then get into race day. This training run is going to be 20 miles, okay? It's going to be broken down into a few segments. We're going to be hitting some marathon pace segments in there. These workouts are really important to show us whether we're actually ready physically and mentally to get the job done on race day at our target pace. The important thing about this long run and these long runs in our preparation, whether it be a half marathon or a 5K or whatever it is, if you're going to emulate any kind of race distance, you want to treat it like race day. And that's going to give you a good idea as to how to prep, how to fuel, how to hydrate, what foods to have, what foods don't agree with you, what foods do agree with you, okay, before you get to race week, and so that you're not just guessing essentially when you get there. So, we're 24 hours out now from when we set off on our run. In the last couple of days, I've been carb loading, okay, so I've had 400 grams 2 days ago, 500 grams yesterday, and 550 will be today, and then we'll run into tomorrow's nutrition when we get there, okay, tomorrow morning I'll run you through that. But that means we're prepping everything and we're testing whether these things and these foods work for my body, so that tomorrow we're good to go. If we get through everything tomorrow and everything feels good, then all we'll do in 3 weeks time, race week, is we'll just completely copy what we've done just now. So we'll eat the same foods, same macros, same carbohydrates, same electrolytes, okay, all the way through, and then hopefully we know everything is going to go well on race day. What a lot of people don't do is test anything. So they might just do loads and loads of runs and do these longer workouts just off the cuff and not really thinking about it. And then when you get to race week, they might change something up. So they've got a carb load now for the first time, and they might start eating foods that don't agree with them, start trying different gels, start trying different electrolytes, hydration tactics. All that's going to do is put stress on your digestive system and make it a little bit harder to actually get through the race in one piece and in a good time, essentially, which is the main effort. So main effort today then, a day out from the race or the workout, is going to be just like it will be the day before the real race. Time off feet, okay, so making sure we're not spending too much time stood up or walking around, and plenty of carbs and plenty of hydration, and then tonight a good night's sleep. It's going to put us in the best place possible, kicking off tomorrow morning, okay, to then send this 20-mile run and hit our paces. If we hit our paces, I'll be really confident that we can hit those paces on race day. So again, we'll check in with you tomorrow morning when we get our pre-run nutrition and pre-run hydration in, and essentially just run you through everything we're doing, what kind of timing we're hitting with our nutrition, and hopefully give you a good idea if you're doing a race as to what to do yourself. Right, so we're about 2 hours out from kickoff. We're going in with bagel, peanut butter, banana and honey, tops carbs, and then more carbs in the old shaker. So I'm gonna get this sent and then let it go down for a couple of hours, and then we're gonna go for it. We'll actually change the sketch of the 20 miler from what I said earlier, but I'll run you through that when we set off. Okay, only thing left to do before we step off is a big sodium load, so sort of 500 milligrams of sodium, and getting warmed with either a foam roller or a massage gun if you've got the luxury, just to warm the legs up. But yeah, that's it, and then we'll step off at 09:15.
Right, that's us. About 2.5 miles in. We are changing the sketch a little bit. So we're doing 3 miles easy into 5 rounds, 2 miles at 7:50, 1 mile at 8:05, then 2 miles easy to finish. But we'll see how that goes. I'll check in with you along the way. So set number 2 in the bag, just about to move into set 3. How are you feeling?
Sound, to be fair.
Yeah, not too bad yet.
Going through the motions at the moment.
Just about to hit the halfway mark, so this will be telling. Right, moving into our final split now. Holding on to pace pretty well. Legs are feeling it a little bit now, but that's to be expected. There we go, we're in. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't just have a mile to gather myself after we finished the last set. But 15-mile block done. We're now in our 2-mile recovery, and that'll be 20 miles in the bag. Boom! Right, that's it. Job done. Came out as 7:58 minute per mile. Put the Strava stats here. Last long run, last proper long run anyway of marathon prep. We're into the taper now and then race day. Let's go. Right, 20 miles in the books. How did that feel?
Better than expected.
Better than expected. I'd agree. Like I mentioned on the run, we changed the sketch as to what I thought we were going to do. We did a different one. So we basically did a 15-mile block in the middle of a couple of easy miles either side. And we were pretty much under pace for the most of it, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we aimed for 750s on the faster miles. Most of them were 740s pretty much and 742s. So really, that bodes well for pacing wise, isn't it, for the marathon?
Good confidence boost to that overall.
Yeah, because overall average, you came out at 7:55 minute per mile pace, and we have to average a 7:58 on the day. So we only need to do 10k more, and we've got a little bit of wiggle room there in terms of pace. So all in all, good confidence booster.
Happy days,
Yeah.
right?
What's going on, guys? So just wanted to go through a little bit around the nutrition and the performance of that run. Now it's after the fact, and I'm not hanging out from just having run it. So I'll go back to my nutrition on the days leading up to the run. So on Thursday, I had 2,700 calories and I had 296 grams of carbohydrates. Had a little bit more than that because I didn't track absolutely everything, so that looking more like 400 grams of carbs. On the Friday then, I had 3,000 calories, so a little bit more again, and 344, so getting up towards that 400 mark grams of carbohydrates. And on the Saturday then, so on the day before the long run, I had 4,000 calories and I had 470 grams of carbohydrates, so getting up towards that 500 mark. On the morning of the race, the run, as I mentioned, I had about 100 grams of carbs with another 10 to 30 in my shaker bottle with some electrolytes. That was perfect for me. Everyone's going to be different, okay? Everyone's going to need different amount of carbohydrates, everyone's going to need different amount of electrolytes. That's why it's important to test these things prior to actual race week and race day. For performance then, that covers nutrition, so basically high carbohydrates and lots of calories, ensuring they came from decent sources and not just smashing chocolate and smashing sweets, using it as an excuse to cheat, because that's not the case, okay? We need to fuel ourselves. We don't just need to be eating fast digesting crappy carbohydrates in terms of quality. So let's go to performance then. So a 20 miler, our fastest Strava up here. So we're going through average of 7:58 minute per mile pace on my watch. On my mate's watch it was a 7:55. So do with that information what you will. 1:58 average heart rate, which I'm actually really happy about. The first 3 miles were 8:15, 8:17, 8:20, so they were the easy miles. Nice and easy, just breaking it in. They were actually pretty hilly as well, so again, it's a little bit difficult to get accurate representation in terms of heart rate to pace when the gradient's a little bit higher. We then transitioned onto the canal, so nice and flat. It was flat throughout the entirety of the route, so it was all on the canal from mile 3 to mile 20. So 7:52 and 7:45 were our first 2 fast miles. Our second 2 fast miles were 7:42, 7:45, then 7:40, 7:40, 7:42, 7:45, and then 7:37, 7:49. So coming in and out of 740 to 750 range, only one going under 740, that's 737 in the last couple of miles. Went really well. Okay, marathon pace is going to be somewhere around 7:58 to 8 minutes per mile, so we were way below that for a lot of that run. So for that 15-mile segment, we were massively below our target marathon pace, which is super confidence boosting and is super promising. So that's our final long run of this prep. Okay, it's been about 12 to 16 weeks depending on when you count it starting. About 12 to 16 weeks. We're 3 weeks out now, so that was our last one. As this video goes out, we'll be around 2 weeks out. So this week we're tapering next week, and then it'll be race week. So this week we're looking at just doing 8 easy miles, which I did yesterday. As I'm filming this, I'm doing a tempo workout today, which is going to be our next YouTube video. So it's Yasso 800s, so keep your eyes out for that. And then our long run is going to be 11 miles this week rather than 20. So again, massive reduction in volume, massive reduction in intensity, give the body a chance to recover, joints a chance to recover. I actually felt pretty decent after that long run, that 20 miler. We're only 10k there off marathon distance, so pretty much almost there. And waking up the day after that, I felt pretty decent. My joints felt a little bit worn down, but that's to be expected as we just pounded the canal for 20 miles. So I was happy with that performance on that run, and it's given us some good confidence going into race day. But stay tuned on the channel because I'll be keeping you up to date as to how we're getting on with the taper, and certainly how we're getting on when we get to race day on the 23rd of April. If you haven't done already, the top link in the description of this video will be my marathon donation link. So I'm raising money for SSAFA, so the Armed Forces charity in the UK, which take care of veterans from our armed forces. Clearly, as an ex-Royal Marine, it's quite close to my heart. So that's what I'll be running for. We've raised almost £1,000 already, so happy with that. If you can add anything to that, then that'd be greatly appreciated. So top link in the description, go and check that out. Make sure you subscribe again for more content around the marathon build and the final bits of preparation before race day. Peace.